Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Aquarius for the month of October. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you. See what's coming forward for you as we take a look at this brand new month of October 2025. Do hope the month of September went well for you. Do hope you're doing good. We'll go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. Bit of a surprise that is showing up here, but this is a seemingly pleasant surprise for you here, Aquarius. Just on first glance. All right. Okay, I think this is looking good enough to me for right now. Energy on the bottom. You have the Queen of Cups. You have a knowing, you have a deep intuition about something in this month. Okay. You saw the writing on the wall as with respects to an issue here. I think we're going to figure out what the issue connects to. Is it work? Is it relationship? What is it? But you had a deeply intuitive feeling about this prior to the month of October. Queen of Cups is a very strong card of intuition. It's sort of like even a psychic energy. Just remember that everybody's psychic. We're all psychic, right? We all have the ability. It's not like, it's like going to the gym. Okay, it's like working out your psychic abilities. You just have to do it more. That's it. But so there's some sort of like deeply intuitive connection that you have right now prior to this month of October. You're going to feel it in October. You're probably already feeling it. Let's see what else we have here with the Queen of Cups on the bottom. But just make sure everything's set up here because I like to do that before I start. And I would say that some of you this month, if you've been in a state of limbo, okay, if you have been stagnant, if things have not been moving forward, that is about to change for you, okay? I feel like in September, for like the collective, we'll say, for most people, there was a bit of a pause, okay? Like, there was a lot going on with the eclipses that's now behind us, right? We're out of eclipse season now, so to speak. You will feel the effects of those eclipses over the following 6 to 12 months, but like it felt like September was sort of like there was a bit of a collective pause for some people, and I think that for you, as we look into October here, you're phasing out of that. Okay, that's changing for you. Right away in the middle, you have the Hanged Man, all right? So this is what I'm talking about. The Hanged Man is, this idea of maybe being in a state of limbo with something. Some of you have just been not, moving forward, okay? Some of you have been sort of like maybe even doing the same thing recently, or, you've been thinking about something, you've been pondering something, you've been, mindful about something. And I even feel like you've intuitively felt like you've had to do something, but the actions haven't been taken. And, there's a reason for that, right? This is not like I'm scolding you, okay? This is not what I'm doing. There's a reason for that, right? It wasn't the divine timing was not there, okay? There was no, the divine timing did not align for you to act on that, but now this month it is, okay? You're in alignment this month, okay? And there's a little bit of a surprise here in this month of October for you with the Tower above the Hanged Man. But the Hanged Man is sort of like, it's not a bad card. It means that, there's this idea of like wait and see, or I feel like for a lot of people, September was wait and see. October is not going to be wait and see, okay? I also love the Hanged Man's the other thing that I love about the Hanged Man is like if you flip the Hanged Man upside down, they kind of approach the world in an alternative way, or they view the world, or they view a situation in an alternative way. And I think that you've kind of gathered all of the different points of view that you've needed to gather here for you. And in this month, you can now sort of like take action on something. In the first column, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Ace of Pentacles, I do see that the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, I do see that there have been some new, there's been some new energy for you, or there is some new energy for you here when it comes to your career, okay? I think that some of you could be getting ready to sign off on some things here in this month of October, okay? What I mean by that is there could be some new agreements at work. This may look like a raise. This may look like a new job. This may look like, a new project that you're undergoing. You're signing off on new agreements here in this month. Ace of Pentacles can be associated with like documents, paperworks, or just agreements generally, but these are new, okay? These are new things that you're entering into. And the Three of Pentacles for me is a card of colleagues or the people that you work with. It also, beyond that, it can talk about progress being made. It can even be this idea of being a builder, an artisan, as well. As you see the mallet here, the anvil in the background. This person's showing off their work. They're proud of their work. Okay, they have a skill, right? They have a skill that they're able to display, or that allows them to kind of progress, or that separates them from others. You have an even more advanced version of that here with the Eight of Pentacles in the future. So you have some sort of like foundation here of talents, some abilities, skills that are coming up big for you in this month of October. Along with that, you have this King of Swords. Now, remember, we are now fully and firmly in Libra season here. King of Swords is a card I associate with Libra. It can be any air sign, but, Libra is the cardinal sign. This is the king, okay? And the King of Swords is a very positive card in that it can be about leadership in the tarot, okay? It's also about, somebody who wields power in an honest way, in a benevolent way, right? This is somebody who wields power in a healthy way, okay? They don't play favorites, right? They're not manipulative, right? They're not abusive of their power, these sorts of things. So this is also somebody who's a very effective communicator, the King of Swords. So with this, I think that there should be some new agreements or some new communication in whatever it is that you do in your career or in your work. I also think some of you will want to very much examine any sort of paperwork that you're signing off on. Okay, take a hard look at it. You may even want to get an expert. The King of Swords may be a subject matter expert, okay, as well, is another thing with the King of Swords right there. They're best of the best in one thing, okay, subject matter expert. You may even want to get somebody to look at or review something here as well. Take a hard look at any sort of agreements or documents that you're signing off on. Generally, this looks very good, though, okay? Now, this may also be why the Hanged Man is there, because some of you have maybe spent some time pondering or thinking about this next step here, this seed that you're planting with the Ace of Pentacles. In the middle column, you do have the Tower, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Wands. So the Tower is the surprise here that is showing up for you in the month of October. Remember, it's surrounded by very good cards. We don't see the Ten of Swords, we don't see the Death card, but Death card's a good card too. But when it's with the Tower, you gotta kind of blend these meanings. It's not, you don't have the Seven of Swords, you don't have the Three of Swords, you don't have the Devil, right? You don't have the warning signs that I look for, okay? You have the Tower with very positive Pentacles cards, with this idea of the Hanged Man, which, I think that there is a shift out of being in sort of limbo or kind of being in wait and see. And I think that there may be a surprising twist to this month of October around your work, your career. I think that some of you may get word that you have been approved for something here, Six of Wands. Okay, some of you may finally have, um, you may have finally, how do I say this? Triumphed over some sort of battle, okay, in your life. I know that's a weird way of saying it, but you may have overcome something difficult, okay, in the previous that you were dealing with previously, as you have the Six of Wands, and it may surprise you a little bit here with the Tower and the Six of Wands, okay, but you are kind of like, you're in the driver's seat here. You are in a strong position. You're in a power position here because of the Six of Wands with the Tower. So, you know, what is it like? This could be wake up call as well. It depends. There may be a wake up call here with the Tower and the Hanged Man. Generally, it's good though because you're responding to it and you're taking the right steps. Okay, you're learning something through that. If you are experiencing a wake up call with the Tower and the Hanged Man, generally this is good because you're integrating into it. Okay, you're integrating it. Right? You're not like rejecting it or denying it or not doing anything with it. So like that's the good thing here in this reading here, Aquarius, for sure. There are actually many good things here, but Six of Wands is even a card of like being popular or being like, for me, it's like a social media card as well because this person has an audience. Some of you may be popular. If you have any Libra in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or you just want to watch the Libra reading, the Libra reading also had of similar cards here with the King of Swords and the Six of Wands. But anyway, it's just because I just did that reading. But anyway, Aquarius, this is about you. So I'm liking this. You seem to be in front of people. You seem to be in a strong position. You seem to be popular here. I think that there was maybe even prior to October, there was a feeling where you kind of wanted to retreat a little bit, Hanged Man, but you're fully in the open now. Let's see what else we have here. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Six of Cups. You had this intuition about the Tower and the Hanged Man, by the way, with that Queen of Cups on the bottom. You had this intuition that something was sort of, you didn't know when it was going to happen, but you knew something was going to happen. And again, this is a very good thing. Okay, this is just to be very totally clear. This is not something that you should be, afraid of. Because you watched this reading. This is a pleasant surprise here, but you intuitively, like, you knew that something was going to turn around. You knew that was going to happen here with this Queen of Cups, Tower, and Hanged Man. Like, if you were stagnant for a while, you knew that you were not going to be stagnant forever, is what I'm saying. Okay, so there may be like a shifting of events, or there may be something changing here abruptly with the Tower, but again, this is very, very, such a good thing for you. The Eight of Pentacles is positive movement forward in your career at a much higher level even than the Three of Pentacles. This is somebody who has moved out of apprenticeship and into like mastery, you could say, with the Eight of Pentacles. This is somebody who's very close to being a master if they're not already there. The Eight of Pentacles person is the biggest card of talent and skill and ability, and it even indicates dedication, okay? So I like this because to me, it usually suggests that somebody's hard work and dedication is paying off, or it's about to be, right? So this seems to be mostly connected to your career or your financial even area of your life, as well as you have some pentacles here. The Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment. It's also about being in the now, as well as this person sort of like really, really enjoying everything that they have in front of them. So it can be about being in the now, like enjoying pleasure, and being like in a blissful period of time. Like these sorts of things are very good for you in this month of October, it seems like. You then have the Six of Cups. This may be the area of contemplation here that you've been undergoing with the Hanged Man, right? I think some of you have been thinking deeply, intuitively. I think you're very strong right now with the Queen of Cups and the Hanged Man. And, this may all be connected to something from your past with the Six of Cups, okay? While there is a surprise here, I feel like it's a different thing. The Six of Cups, this refers to something that's already been on your radar, so to speak, okay? It can really refer to your past. It can even refer to past patterns and family, the homeland. Why don't we go ahead and let's try to get some more clarity on this reading, let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading. I'll start off by pulling some oracle cards, and then we'll also move into the tarot cards for you here, Aquarius, okay? All right, so, okay. Energy on the bottom, you have Father Sky, interesting, okay? Not the first person to get that. So that is all about trusting in the unknown. Father Sky, trust in the unknown is what that card says. All right, so there is something that is unknown that is making itself clear for you in this month, for sure. You have High Priest, intend and create. You have Oracle, wait for important information, as well as Stargazer, set your sights higher. Okay, set your sights higher. You want to aim high in this month, Aquarius, with that Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. You want to aim high. You want to go for gold, so to speak. You want to go big here in this month, and I think that you've probably created the right geometry, so to speak, to make that sort of thing happen for you. In other words, you've taken the right steps, okay, to make that happen. You have Hunter, track down your fears and desires, as well as Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Right, there it is. Honor your inner knowing. I felt that as soon as I pulled that Queen of Cups for you. Okay, there's something intuitively that is very, very strong in this reading for you. Why don't we go ahead and let's pull some tarot cards for you. Now, Aquarius, do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I do hope things are going well for you. All right, let's shuffle the deck here, split the cards, and then we'll get into clarifying these messages. All right, you have the Two of Wands. You have the Lovers, wow, okay. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah, all right. There's quite a bit of potential here that is on the board, on the table for you, okay, in this month of October. Okay, quite a bit of potential. Is this connected to August for you? I wonder. Okay, I'm getting August. Is this connected to August for some of you? It might be, okay? If it's not, this still can apply to you, okay, just to be totally clear. But there's something about August that is coming into my mind here for you, Aquarius. This also is around a choice that you've had to make, okay? And I think that you have really... with the King of Swords and the Lovers, I think that you've really done your due diligence to make sure that you are making a choice that is kind of beneficial to all parties, where the best, where it can be, right? To the best of your ability. Okay, I think that you have kind of weighed all of the sides of a choice, okay, that you've had to make. I think that you have, in some respects, or you are currently exhibiting leadership here, in this month of October with as it relates to a choice with the Lovers and the King of Swords. You do have the King energy here, okay, so remember that these are just energies in the tarot, okay, any of the court cards, or really any of the cards, are just energies, so you've got the double Kings, and for me, Kings can connect to leadership generally, it's, but, the King of Pentacles in particular, this is about your routines and your habits. This is also somebody who's very wise and very sort of prudent with their money, very, very wise with their money. This person has achieved financial success. The King of Pentacles is all about achieving financial success. I think in your case here with the Three of Pentacles, I think that you have some different goals for yourself that you've been wanting to achieve in this year. And perhaps with this Ace of Pentacles that you have here and the Two of Wands, which can indicate great potential, there's a real opportunity for you to see one or multiple of those goals achieved, or you are on the path to making those goals become reality, okay? And yeah, we are in October, right? Yeah, it may have taken a lot of the year for you to, make this happen, but, don't beat yourself up about that, You've set some goal for this year, and, it is what it is. Like, here we are in October, and I think that there is some very good motion that is being made here, or that is underway for you. I get this idea of you moving out of stagnancy and creating motion, okay? Creating movement is what I see here in October as I look at the Hanged Man. There's a choice that needs to be made for sure. There's a lot of potential around this choice here. You have the King of Wands, which I think is why, you've This is also why like the divine timing wasn't right, because this is like very, very important for your path. I talked about divine timing. The reason that you didn't move on it previously is the divine timing wasn't there. Okay, you do have the Four of Swords. Yeah, there's been a huge period of rest for you. You have the Ten of Cups as well. So we've got yet another king. That's three kings. King of Wands, my personal favorite. This is somebody who's exciting. This is somebody who's a leader in business. This is somebody who is usually an entrepreneur in the tarot, or just somebody, like if they work for someone, they're like the most talented person. They're exciting to be around. As you see here, you have a lot of talent that wants to emerge for you in this month. That you've probably been working on, or you've been skill building. But the King of Wands, this is somebody who is also okay with risk, but more so like a calculated risk, because they're maybe more comfortable with risk than say a King of Pentacles who likes to play it safe. But they're also wise in that they've made gambles before, they've taken risks before, and now they're really taking calculated risk, and they're comfortable with that. But some of you here, you may be taking a risk, okay, but it's one that you've sort of like, it's calculated, okay, is what I'm trying to say. And the calculation is showing up in the Hanged Man and the Four of Swords, okay? If it, you could kind of sum that up by saying this is you calculating something. Taking time to think about it, right? Taking time to work through it, mentally, and also, like on paper and whatever. There's something around that's happening here. You may get a surprise offer from someone with the King of Wands and the Tower. Okay, there may be a person here that is in your month of October that is a bit, it's a little surprising. It's a good thing, okay? Remember, it's a very good thing. You then have the Ten of Cups, which is this overflowing amount of happiness, okay? It's like the highest vibration of the suit of cups, so to speak, right? It's the final chapter, like it's the final ending of the story of the movie, so to speak. You can see the family here. They own the home in the background. The rainbow's above them. All cups are there. They're all overflowing. It's a good vibe. And the idea of the Ten of Cups is, you could really be totally and truly happy here as you've completed something. With the Six of Wands, you maybe have been in some sort of battle or struggle or difficulty here. And with the Ten of Cups, you may finally kind of have your moment, so to speak here. Some of you may be getting into real estate as well. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Tower again. Okay. Something from your past, it wants to really emerge for you here, and it's like you intuitively feel it. So I don't necessarily want to say that you don't see it coming, okay? But you intuitively feel something here connected to this Tower, okay? And it's really strongly showing up as a past situation. Okay, that is coming back in, and it might catch you by surprise a little bit here, but you felt it coming. Okay, I'm getting August very strongly. Okay, strongly here, strongly feeling August. But again, if this is let's just say summer. Okay, let's just say summer, because it's very hard to pin down timings in these readings, but. Again, here's the offer I was talking about. I felt like there was a surprise offer or something here with the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles twice now. I like this. New agreements that you're entering into look very, very good. Very good. And, I do see maybe some sort of like increase that wants to enter into your life here. Again, this is only for the people who have set themselves up for that, you know what I mean? So you then here have the Magician. Okay, the Magician is the master manifester. You have an infinite number of possibilities this month of October for sure with the Two of Wands and the Magician. Okay, let's take a look at what is in the Kipper cards here. All right, let's see here. Okay, you have courtship. Wow. Unexpected income, imprisonment, message, pathway, and courthouse. Yeah, the imprisonment is the hanged man. Like, it just felt like it was time for you to start moving on something. Okay, you felt a little bit like, stuck on something. Okay, but that is changing here. Courtship is like there is somebody showing up for you. Okay, in this month. Okay, you've been showing up for yourself, but somebody is emerging here in an unexpected way with courtship and unexpected income, with the tower twice, with all of these kings. I think it feels like connected to money in some way. Is it an inheritance? Is it a, oops, surprise, the neighbor wants to sell me my house or whatever? Or my beautiful, like there's this beautiful like opportunity to buy a house in the perfect neighborhood, or there like this job that I always wanted to have is showing up. There's something here like unexpected. Another person is connected to this. This person has this like sort of like cardinal or king type of energy to them, right? Doesn't matter what gender they are. And in other words, they have some power here, and this person's entering during this time. Okay, double check documents and agreements you're signing off on here with the courthouse. Pathway means you're in your dharma here. So thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.